by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 585. For this one, I am going to start off with drawing out one card from the Prisma Visions Tarot and then finishing it off with one card from these box of cards that I made myself, if you didn't already know. If you'd like to be a part of the community that we're trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And before I start your reading, remember that this is a general reading that could be meant for more than one person, so if you're struggling to find meaning in a message, that's okay. Just let it go, because it might just be meant for someone else. And if it truly was meant for you, the universe and your spirit guides will make that obvious to you, either sometime during this reading or sometime during your journey. I just saw the number 500. Maybe that's a significant number for someone in general. Wow, the energy of 5, because in numerology 500 is 5. 1 second. Interpreting the number 585, there are 2 5s in that number, so I feel like that's a really, really significant number for somebody. There's something significant here about change, cycles, justice, is what I'm feeling. But you have to be willing to let some things go to make room for justice. And then the idea of change is just really being reiterated. If you feel called to transform, definitely follow that calling, I feel like. Of course, go whatever direction you feel like going in, but there is encouragement here to follow a certain path. Interesting. So we have the 9 of Wands with the moon in Sagittarius and the element of fire. I just saw 2, 3, 4. Well, you're definitely seeing this card for a reason. Maybe you're familiar with the 9 of Wands type of energy. But this card depicts, you've been working really hard for a long time and you're getting really exhausted, but things are about to pay off. You just have to be willing to have patience and to focus on your goals. I'm getting distracted by birds outside. Birds, to me, they resemble freedom, and I feel like they're also connected to ancestors. I do feel like you're trying to free yourself from something, and it's something your ancestors have also been trying to free themselves of. I just got the word freeze. Maybe it's time to, it's important to make sure you're taking enough breaks. You have enough balance, not too much work or in production, but also not too much play and relaxation. No matter what you're going through, you are almost to the finish line. Something is going to come to an end if you stay on the current path that you are on. And I also forgot. So I had this card on my bed, this one, because it bent in the box somehow, but it stood out to me, and that made me feel like I should show it in this reading. And this card is the Ace of Wands. Talk about something coming to an end. The Ace of Wands is a beginning card, so this is really strong confirmation that you are headed towards positive, abundant, definitely abundant change, transformation. This energy even though it's heavy, it's fast moving, is what I feel. The number 9 is about your purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. You're making a difference in more than just your personal life. You're having impacts in more than just your personal life. The energy here does feel a little bit dark, but I feel like that resembles more, maybe there's something here about remembering something. I don't know why I said that. There's darkness here though. I think this resembles more being grounded, the earthy, being connected with earth, rather than fear. It could be fear. I do feel like I could be, someone who's watching this could feel very, very exhausted and you're just so ready for things to end. I just got a vision of the 10 of Wands and I just heard the word liberty. You are definitely going to be free of something. Just have the self-love to be patient with not only yourself, but also the process of getting to where you want to be. It's important that you stay focused, because the ending might hurt depending on who's watching this, or the relief, the liberty, that's an interesting paradox, might be bittersweet, but you're definitely headed towards the sweetness, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be in a place in life where you are very connected with your soul, your desires, and it shows in your reality. There's something significant here about alignment and really being focused on that. Maybe the shadows could also represent your shadow side. The shadows in general feel very significant here for someone. I'm not sure why. There is a song called Shadow by someone named Livingston, Livingston. If you're interested in looking up that song. There's something about your energy that feels, what's the word? I want to say different, but like it's not, it doesn't even begin to explain. It's definitely in a good way. Let's go ahead and get your last card. Oh my gosh, this last card has the number 999 on it. I talked about the number 9 earlier because of the 9 of Wands. It also has the number 222, so maybe you're being faced with some choices, having to prioritize what means the most to you, and releasing what isn't healthy for you, mentally, physically, spiritually, on every level. It feels like you're being called to cleanse yourself of the lies, the deception, whether it's from yourself or in the world, so that way you can find clarity no matter which direction the lies are coming from. I hope this makes sense. This says, I am afraid of being a coward, of being too afraid and backing out. This is very interesting energy because it feels like you're very excited for things to come to an end, but you're also afraid of new things. I understand what that feels like. But if this is what you're afraid of, it's important to understand why you would think, why do you think you would back out? Maybe it could be a good thing, it could be protection, but it could also be not what you really want. I feel like this is more reflective of I'm afraid of running away, especially when things get better, but it's like when things get better they get a little bit scarier because things get newer, because maybe you've been waiting for better for a while. amongst all of the chaos and the heaviness right now. One second. Well, first thing I want to say is remember that you have purpose right now. And your changes are creating a ripple effect. And you get to choose if that ripple effect is for better or for worse. Maybe there's a significant commitment here. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be a business. It could be a relationship. It could be anything. It's kind of hard to know without talking specifically to you. But yeah, I think slowing down amongst the chaos right now is something that could be really, really beneficial for you and will help transition through some sort of big change that is on its way. How long it's going to take, that's unknown. It depends on who is watching. But all that matters is that you know where you're going and you know where you're headed. So just keep moving forward, and if you have fear on something, that's okay. If you want to not have fear around something, you can overcome that fear. I feel like you're being called to remember how adaptable you are, as I feel like that's human nature. Like, humans are just really, really adaptable. Maybe you're adaptable by nature. Who knows how that message is trying to come out. But you can move with change. You can move with stillness. I feel like there's a lot of thinking. Maybe you could be thinking too far ahead and like psyching yourself out. So if that's the case, then focus on staying present where you are now, and naturally each step that you take forward, it's going to add up. You're going to make distance and you're going to get to where you want to be. And if it is true that, maybe you do back out of things out of fear, that's okay too. If you don't want to do that, you can change that. It just starts with understanding where it comes from, so that way you can understand the solution. I see 1, 2, 3. Sign to, remember and trust that everything happens for a reason, that things are moving at the pace that they're moving for a reason. And you might realize that in hindsight, so just trust that you're headed in the right direction, you're getting to where you want to be, and you have nothing to stop you as long as you're willing to overcome your fears. So I think that's going to be the end of your reading. I really, really hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you liked it, hit the like button to show me that. That is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can do so by donating through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any. I'd love to hear what's on your mind and to connect with you more. And thank you so much to those of you who have shown your support thus far. It really means a lot to me, and it always makes a difference one way or another. And the last thing that I want to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.